Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and for today's pick a card, we are going to be taking a look at your current relationship. Whether you're in a long-term relationship or one that's just getting started, what we're going to specifically be taking a look at are the dynamics that you each bring to the table, how they work together, any obstacles that might come up, because no matter how wonderful and in love we are, there's going to be obstacles. That's just life. So we're going to look at that and any insight or guidance moving through the relationship. Really quick, I really would just like to shout out my other videos. If you have not checked them out, I also do true crime tarot videos, and whether it's cold cases or current cases that we don't have all the info on, I kind of do a deep dive on them and uncover some hidden truths. Definitely go check them out if you have not already. And there's already been some instances where we have gotten more information of a case after I've done a reading, and I've been right. I don't believe there's anything else I need to say, so let's just jump right into the readings. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the pick a card for today. So we have 3 different piles right in front of us, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to use your intuition to figure out which one has the correct message for you. So here on pile 1, we have some fluorite. On pile 2, we have some green aventurine. And on pile 3, we have some lapis lazuli. So feel free to take as long as you need to. Pause the video if that helps. There'll be timestamps in the description and the comments below. And if you're having a hard time, you can close your eyes, whichever number 1 through 3 pops in your head first. That's a good way to learn how to trust your intuition. If you find yourself overthinking that, then my personal favorite way is pick something else to look at, like this little moon here. And once you are focused in on that moon, shift your attention to your peripheral vision, and you'll notice that one of the 3 piles has a magnetic pull, and it's like you can't help but want to look at it. So like I said, take as long as you need to, and see you in your reading. Okay, group 1, this is going to be your reading on your current relationship. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what we're going to be taking a look at first is I'm going to pull a card for you, I'm going to pull a card for your partner, and I'm going to pull a card for the general energy between you both. After that, then we're going to go more in depth. So this first card coming up is going to be for you specifically. Oh, here we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, there's something really special about her because she is so sure of herself. The Queen of Wands is not only very aware of every one of her strengths and weaknesses, but she doesn't hold her weaknesses against herself. She understands that that's a part of her that she's maybe worked really hard on to change or is still working on changing, something of that sort, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't love herself. So that's something that I feel like is really important when it pertains to this relationship, because to be somebody who understands their worth and who understands who they are and understands what direction they want to move in so they can continue to honor themselves and their own authenticity, that is so huge, because that right there screams emotional maturity. It says, I know what I want. I can create boundaries and hold them. So to me, this is somebody who is sure of themselves. And I know I'm saying she, right? But that's because it's Queen of Wands. Like if you're a man, a woman, or anything else, like this still pertains to you, okay? I just reference the characters on the cards as their gender. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and pull a card for the current relationship partner that you are with. Oh, here we have the Star card. So they must be really outgoing. the star card to me is like somebody who shines brightly, and they just have like a lot of energy, a good spark. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Another thing with this star card is it's all about trust in divine timing, trust in that things will be working out, trust in the universe. So to me, this already is a really powerful dynamic because we have someone over here who knows who they are and knows the path they want to continue so they can heal, so they can improve while still loving themselves fully. This person over here is outgoing, they shine bright, they maybe have just a really like light, happy energy about themselves, and is perhaps maybe they even, okay, these are general readings, so it just depends. But for some of you, I feel like this person even is like somebody who maybe either has a lot of friends or is in the spotlight a little bit or just has a lot of people know who they are and is like really, I'm not going to say the word popular. I'm just going to say well-liked. There we go. Well-liked. So those are the overall energies that I'm getting for you both. Now let's look at the energy between you two. Okay, so here we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so with the Five of Cups, this card talks about failures. It talks about regrets. It talks about all the things that we maybe haven't done in the way that we would like to, but in a way of reflecting on them. Because in the original tarot art, like, oh, okay, you can even kind of see it here, but let me talk about the original art first. There's like 3 cups that are knocked over and there's 2 cups that are still full. But the person in the image is only focusing their attention on the empty cups. There's still the full cups. So what this is telling me is this is like a reflection time. And like I was saying, you can even see it here. This cup's full, these ones are empty. So it's like, where are you going to be shifting your focus? To me, what this is telling me as a relationship dynamic, I really feel like this is creating a space where you maybe for the first time can actually be vulnerable about the things that you've wanted to change, about your regrets, about like anything that you're fearful of or wish to move past from. Because even though there is this Queen of Wands energy who is working on loving themselves no matter what, and even though this person shines really brightly, has a wonderful energy about them, that doesn't mean that there still aren't choices or experiences that they've had that bring them down or that make them feel less than or that they struggle to move past. So I feel like this relationship is now opening up a space where maybe the both of you can finally reflect on these things in a safe manner. Like the way that this looks to me as well, this art is really speaking to me. The plants, like the vines secured around the full cup with the moons, that's like protection. So to me, this is like being able to explore those darker, harder times together while protecting the opportunity and potential that is still there for emotional healing, fulfillment, joy, all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and do some more cards and see more about the dynamic between you both. Oh, we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is very much like leadership energy. I'll put it right here. Very much leadership energy. He's very in charge, and there's a strong correlation between morals, beliefs, and action implemented in life. So this comes to basically like keeping your word. Trust is coming to my mind again. I feel like there's going to be a lot of trust in this relationship. This is awesome. This is great. So I'm really excited for all of you who have gotten this group. It looks like there's a lot of trust and just a lot of vulnerability. The wands are just so much about potential, and also I will say like creation as well. Creation is really popping up. So I feel like not only is there potential for, following more on this path of alignment and healing, it's almost like the both of you, Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy. And again, no matter the gender dynamic of this relationship, this still applies. But the balance between the masculine and feminine energy of being a go-getter, taking action, doing what needs to be done, while also still holding a space that's full of empathy and softness and care and seeing the full potential in each other. Like, this is just a very empowering dynamic. Okay, what else is going on here? We have the Magician and the Chariot. So like I said, a lot of creation is coming up for you, for the both of you. The Magician is all about creation, manifesting, bringing in the exact life that it is that you want. Like, you have every tool that you need at your fingertips. And with the Chariot, that's taking action. And again, it's also representing the duality of like balance, masculine, feminine energy, or nurturing, like making moves while also slowing down and having empathy and a rest. Like, it's all about that balance. And notice the little stars here. Like, I really feel like this bright energy coming from your partner is something that's really going to maybe balance out part of a more, maybe the word serious is coming to my mind. Not to say that you're not capable of being a fun little silly goose, but I'm just getting the feeling that maybe for most of you, maybe not all of you, but for most of you, that there's a part of you that either is a little bit serious or just a little bit, maybe you think very analytically about things. So it's maybe more of a norm for you to really think things through in a long, extended way before you take action on it. I feel like this star energy is going to be like, don't worry about it. Like, we don't have to have it all planned out before we do it. Let's just go. So I feel like that kind of energy is something that's going to be like getting you out of your comfort zone, but in a really positive way. Ooh, the Lightning. So this is basically like the Tower card, okay? So this is sudden change. It can feel a little chaotic, but don't be scared of the Tower card, because with the Tower card, after that is the Star card, which is all about that trust and being able to just relax a little bit. I really do feel like there's a big balance here between you both, where it's like, I'm gonna just lighten things up for you a little bit. That's what the Star is giving me. Okay, anyways, enough about that. Let's get back to the Lightning, or AKA the Tower card. So when this card shows up, it's really the inevitable crumbling or breaking down of a system or of something that is just not working. But the positive from that is that because it's breaking down, because it's not working, it's creating a new space for the exact, more aligned, ideal lifestyle or situation to grow and to blossom, right? So think about all of the things that you two individually and maybe even together have been through that have caused some trauma, maybe some issues with how you perceive yourself or events or other people, or have just really shaped you or your actions in a way that you want to change or that's not aligning with your life anymore. This doesn't always have to be scary. Sometimes it can be really crazy and chaotic, but let's say it is going to be crazy and chaotic, right? Through that chaos, it's really, as annoying as it is, opportunities for you to practice being exactly who it is that you are wanting to be. So anyways, what I'm really getting here with this is like, I feel like this is a full transition from like a past relationships or just past life situation. It really depends on your specific relationship, of course, but I really do feel that either both of you or one of you, something that has happened has really shaped a perspective. And that is what's needing to be broken down, because in order to manifest, in order to take action, in order to move forward in a way that's empowering, you have to be able to release and let go of all the habits, all the ideas, all the people, whatever it may be, that's just holding you down, that's making you feel like you can't create exactly what it is that you want. So I see a lot of change happening with this relationship, a lot of transition. It might be kind of fast moving. That's another thing that I'm getting with the Lightning and the Chariot. So if you notice at any point things start to just kind of like fall out of your life or opportunities kind of go away, just know that that is simply because they were not meant to be there. Something better is coming. I'm really getting this more on the feeling of the life that you guys are creating. So there may be some things coming your way that you anticipate to happen, but it ends up not happening. This could be anywhere from like maybe buying a house, buying a car, moving to a certain city or something of that sort, right? Like it can be literally anything. Super depends on your situation. But in general, something that you are anticipating to do together in your life, it's going to be changing, but for the better. And it may feel frustrating at first because perhaps that's what you thought you wanted, or okay, let me finish this sentence. My brain's everywhere. Perhaps it's what you thought you wanted, but remember, something better is just coming along. Or like I said previously, this is from past experiences, learned mindsets, that sort of thing, that will naturally feel very uncomfortable to make progress. Even though it's better for you, our natural response is to like stay in the headspace that we've been in for a long time. Okay, so next we have the Six of Cups. This is all about healing. This is all about reflecting on your past. So very similar to what I was just saying. This relationship is bringing up opportunities to reflect on the hardships and the things that you have been through and to work through them in a space that's safe, in a space that you know you're unconditionally loved. We have the Emperor. He is also okay, and this is like so much similar energy. This is like taking charge of your life again. If either one of you have felt out of control of the relationships that you've been in, or just your life, overall life situation, you're reclaiming your power. You guys are coming together and creating this energy force that is just next level. I really love this for you. This is amazing. Reclaiming your power, creating a life that you've always dreamt of. That's what's coming to me. And it's like a partnership. It's teamwork that has similar vision. So, really quick, I almost put the tarot cards down. Last thing I want to take a look at. This is all wonderful. I am already feeling the idea that if any, obstacles that may be currently going on is just being able to reflect on those past experiences and do it in a way that's not damaging to each other, because projection can happen. Assumptions can happen, right? Like just because we have all this amazing energy doesn't mean we're like exempt from having a hard time. So that's what I'm feeling is the potential obstacles, but I would just like to clarify with the cards. If any obstacles are current, what are they and what is the guidance through that? Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. So this is about socialization, friendship, connection. So if there's going to be any obstacles, I think it's maybe going to be how like the people around you, or like the dynamics of the people around you that you hang out with. I feel like maybe that's just going to be a little bit different than what it is that you guys are on the right path for. And that can sometimes feel a little like you're out of place, if that makes sense. So I feel like the friendships that are around, those other relationship dynamics outside of each other, there might be some kind of like just different opinions, different view sets, either from them or you both may have a different viewpoint. So that's something that would come up. So being able to communicate about that. Here we have Justice. This is about balance, boundaries. Yeah, so perhaps one of you is just not as, what am I trying to say? There may come up with some obstacles of like being out too much or just doing too many other things with other people. But it's like, hey, like we have this wonderful thing going on. Like, let's kind of stay focused on our stuff. Like, yes, have friends. Yes, go out and do stuff. But like, I feel like we're kind of getting off track of our main goal here. And that's where I feel like the boundaries, the clarity in communication, the truth, the balance in each other and how much y'all are putting into it, right? Like, that's where Justice comes up, is it's like, okay, yes, this is great, but like, let's make sure we're on the same page. We are moving in the same direction and we're not kind of getting stuck on these other things that really don't have anything to do with us. Okay, so let's see. Is there any last insight on any obstacle or anything that they need to work through? Page of Wands. Okay, so many wand cards. So with the Page of Wands, this is interesting that this is coming up as an obstacle because this means potential, opportunity, like a new thing being presented to you guys that you can go and pursue. So perhaps the struggle that's going to be coming up with this again is maybe just different viewpoints on where is the full potential? Should we really go for it? Should we not go for it? You know what? This makes sense because I do feel like, again, one of you is a little bit more analytical and likes to really like process a lot of things, take time going through things, and the other one is kind of just like, yeah, like let's go for it. It'll be fine. We don't have to think too hard about it. And that can be really hard to kind of balance out. So that is just the other potential obstacle coming up. So with that being said, let's do some oracle cards and see about any other messages about your current relationship coming up. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, so whenever this card comes up, this is about like, try not to get too stuck in all the small things happening in the present. Yes, it's really important to be present and to be like grounded in the present, but sometimes we can get so caught up in like how something feels right now that we're forgetting our bigger picture and where we're going. So this could possibly have to do with the differences and seeing the potential, where it's going. Remember that it's not always going to be so scary and so hard to try something new or to step out of your comfort zone or to just bring something new into your life, whether it's a new schedule, a new way of thinking, whatever it might be, right? The good news is, if you try something and you don't like it, you can just try something else. Nothing is set in stone forever. So look at the bigger picture and know that if something feels challenging or uncertain, that's just a moment in time. A personal issue reaches resolution, and I firmly believe that due to the safe space created in this dynamic to be vulnerable about the hardships, about your past, about anything it is that you're healing from, it's going to be so possible to work through any of the struggles that you two may face together. That is just a super strong message. Like, not to say that there won't ever be hard times, but you guys can get through it 100% because you hold space for each other. Communicate. Communication is going to be on point. Like, I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you for that. That's really hard. Another thing with communicate that's coming up too is like, in order to get your communication on point, this is a little bit of guidance coming through, is like you have to kind of practice communicating about things that you maybe deem it isn't that important to communicate about, because it is important. Your feelings matter. So let's say there's just a small thing that kind of makes you go, I don't know if I agree with that or if I like that, or this thing kind of stressed me out. If we get to a point where those feelings are kind of in the back of our head and we're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed, and then we notice they're being a little bit snippy, blah, 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 like, try as hard as you can, as soon as you notice that, to just communicate it. And you don't have to be angry. You don't have to be any kind of way. You can just say, hey, like, I'm kind of feeling like this right now, and I don't really like that, X, Y, and Z, right? Here we have death coming up along with the Tower card. Much needed change is happening for you both. I feel like, again, like what life has been like before, whether it was before each other or with each other, it is transitioning into something much better where you guys are in charge. You guys are the one calling the shots, and there is just more connection and love than there maybe has really been before. Like, even if y'all have always been the happiest couple ever, there's just something so amazing about the deepening of the relationship that will be happening due to the transitions and the stepping up into your power that you guys are going to be doing together. Just ask. Okay, this is definitely a bit of good, solid advice that you are getting. If you need something, just ask. Don't feel bad about asking for help. Don't feel bad about asking. They're asking why. Like, why do you think this? Why do you feel this way? Why aren't you doing these things? Could you maybe help me with this? I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling whatever it may be. Like, it's okay to ask for things. It's okay to need things. That's so, so, so important. And if you are ever starting to doubt yourself or anything going on, just communicate, ask. It's okay. You don't have to worry about being judged or being misunderstood. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, these are some manifestation cards. This is going to be a manifestation card for the both of you as far as mindset moving forward, what's happening. Embrace of abundance. I am now open to receiving all the abundance that is mine. So abundance in love, abundance in freedom, that's a huge thing coming here. Abundance in peace. I really feel like this is just a powerhouse of a couple dynamic. There's so much to learn. There's so much space to be yourselves and to explore why you may feel certain ways or why things maybe affected you like they did, without judgment, and the ability to feel safe and heal and move forward. So group number 1, this is such a beautiful reading. I really hope this resonated with you. I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say in the comments. And yeah, with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group 2, this is going to be your reading on your current relationship. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to pull a card for you, and I'm going to pull up a card for your partner. And then I'm going to pull some cards for the energy between you guys, and then we'll go from there. So first card, this one is going to represent you. Oh, here we have the 6 of Cups. So this is all about your past, the things that you've experienced, the things that you've been through. I'm really feeling that there's been some very impactful things that have happened to you in previous relationships, some beautiful and some really hard. So I feel like you're in a space of reflecting on those things and maybe how that's shifted you or how that's created who you are right now. And through this reflection, I feel like there's an overall goal of healing. Excuse me. So the 6 of Cups is all about revisiting those past memories and working through them, healing them, coming to a place of acceptance where it's no longer really feeling like a heavy burden. It's something that you're like, okay, like this happened, but I'm not letting it define me, and I'm reclaiming my power back, and I'm moving past from it. So that's the energy that I'm getting for you right now. For your partner, we have the Star card in reverse. The Star card in reverse represents a lack of trust, a lack of feeling like they can just rest with ease. I'm feeling like a sense of anxiety, a sense of like uncertainty. To me, this is their viewpoint on life. Perhaps they've had a lot of situations that are just pretty unlucky. That's kind of what's coming to my brain right now. Perhaps they have had bad experiences in the past. Whether it's relationships or just life in general, that have kind of dimmed their light. So I feel like you are on this like self-reflection journey, trying to understand your past, and they're over here almost like in the thick of experiencing things from their past. So it's almost like they are not on the reflection. What's wrong with my words? It's almost like they are not in the reflection process yet. It's just like they're feeling all the feelings of everything that's happened, and it's almost dimming their light, and it's making them have a hard time trusting that everything's gonna be okay. Like, I am okay. So let's look at the energy between you both. Here we have the 9 of Swords. So this is overthinking. This can represent anxiety and depression. So perhaps from your past experiences and their lack of trust and their inability to feel secure, even though outside factors may reflect things that are unfavorable, I feel like that's maybe leading to a lot of indecisiveness between the two, like maybe just some little conflicts, or feeling lonely, or feeling like we're not on the same page. I'm really feeling like just seeing things differently. The Swords are about perspective and about communication. So I feel like the perspective and communication styles are not what they could be due to these past experiences that one has maybe had, or just mindsets in general. Usually our mindsets are created from past experiences though. We have the 10 of Swords now. Okay, so the 10 of Swords is kind of like betrayal and heartbreak, a really hard time. With the 10s though, it's like coming to an end. And when I say it's coming to an end, I'm meaning like the hardship, those hard times. Let's pull another card. The Ace of Wands, potential and opportunity, something new, a new beginning and a new start. I really feel like there's going to be some deep reflecting, some deep understanding of what each of you are feeling, thinking, and why. And that is going to open up this new opportunity for a new beginning. So all this overthinking, all this anxiety and depression, I feel like, okay, this might be a little specific, but I feel like it's going to come to a point of a big overflow of frustration and feelings of loneliness and misunderstanding, to where it's going to come to a point of just like an explosion of vulnerability and communication. And it might hurt. It might be hard and it might hurt. But that might be okay, because a lot of times in these situations, like what I'm getting right now is that it's just because you're both hurt and feeling misunderstood. You both want the same end goal of feeling secure, of feeling heard, of feeling validated, and of having better. This Ace of Wands is like, now that you guys had that big overflow of vulnerability and actually communicated exactly what is going on with you, now this opportunity is opening up for a new start, a fresh look at things moving forward. So let's do some more cards. Here we have the Ten of Wands. So this is going to be a lot of work, a lot of dedicated, committed work, because sometimes this feels like a burden. It's hard. There's so many wands, he can't even see the next steps that he's taking. So this is going to maybe feel like a ton of work. It might feel a little overwhelming. It might feel, just overwhelming, exhausting. That doesn't mean to give up though. Okay, this is just an indicator of how it might feel. Let's do some more cards and see what else is coming from this. It's very interesting that the universe is handing you this wand of like, here's this opportunity for a new beginning, new potential. Now work through it. Here's a wand, but like, here's all the wands, right? Ooh, a strong message coming through. Don't try and fix everything at once. Don't try and tackle everything at once. That's so hard. Patience and just awareness of how it's not going to be linear, okay? Focus on one aspect of your lifestyle at a time that you can shift. Now, if there's things like disrespecting boundaries, communication styles that's hurtful, that all can be changed at once. We can just stop with that, right? But I'm talking about overall lifestyle shifts, mindset shifts, that sort of thing. That is hard work, and it requires dedication to keep moving through it. So yeah, the universe is handing you this opportunity for a new beginning, but it's going to be some hard work. Okay, there, I feel like I explained that good enough now. Here we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So it may be unclear where things are headed. Healing is challenging, and with healing comes grief, sometimes even resentment. And this card talks about thinking about that next step, thinking about the planning of, okay, well, what's coming after this? And when it's in the reverse, it's almost like, I'm not sure. I don't really know what to expect to be coming after this. Or it's almost like second guessing. Is this the way I should be going? You know, we had this talk. I feel like we're on the same page, but man, this is hard work. This is just too much. Do I really want to continue putting in this effort, or do I just want to give up? Like, that would be so much easier, right? That's kind of the feelings that I'm getting. Let's get some insight and guidance through this. Yeah, no, it's like, no. Do not just give up. This is an opportunity to put you in more alignment, to heal, and to align your belief system with the actions that you're actually taking in life. This is about take action, go, direction, motivation, okay? Dedication. Queen of Swords, clear, direct communication and boundaries. That is the guidance you're getting here. Take action, but be very clear and direct in everything it is that you both are communicating. So no passive aggressiveness, no beating around the bush. Say what you mean what you say, ask for help if you need it, and try and stay away from assumptions. Take action towards doing the work, towards healing. It will benefit the both of you so much. Okay, let's do some oracle cards, see what else is coming up for your current relationship. You and your loved ones are safe. How lovely. Oh my gosh, we just had the new moon in Cancer too. Look at that. This is all about emotional, like, well-being, emotional feelings. It is okay. This is going to be hard. It's going to be hard work. You guys are safe. You're going to be okay. I really feel that. You just have to dedicate yourself to it. If you do not dedicate yourself to it and have the mindset of, I want this to work and we are a team, if you both don't have that mindset, it's not going to work. But if you have that mindset, it will work. Believe in the impossible, okay? You just have to believe in it. The only way it won't work is if you give up on yourself and your other person. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what it is. Okay, let's see what else is coming up for you both. Look at that. Believe again. Believe, believe, believe. And here we have sacred. So this is so important on such a deep level. I'm getting the feeling of like karmic lessons from past lives, past experiences. Perhaps you two have been in past lives before together, where it's like, this is deep on a spiritual level. You're healing wounds that you maybe don't even realize you have because they are from past lives. And not only that, through this deepening of this connection, this better communication and healing together, you're creating like a new vibration, a new frequency. You guys are literally raising your vibration. That is so special. And that's definitely on a more spiritual level. It's like you're getting more connected with yourselves. And in return, that connects you more with your purpose. That connects you more with the earth and the universe. Like, this is not only going to be super healing and a huge process on a physical level, but also on a spiritual level. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we will do one of this deck and then one more of another deck. So anything else coming up for group 2? Psychic Vampire. Okay, so draining energy. That is something to be really mindful of. And this is where the clear communication and boundaries come in. Just because one of you is feeling a certain way does not mean the other person has to feel that way. Well, somebody can be upset while the other person is okay. We don't have to control each other's emotions. We don't have to bounce back off of them. You are individual people experiencing your own things. That is okay. All right, don't be too enmeshed with each other's trauma. That's really hard to not do, but this needs to be a conversation point, okay? One more card. These are manifestation cards. So let's see, through this process, what are you two manifesting? Embrace of abundance. I am now open to receiving all the abundance that is mine. The last group got this too. How funny. Okay. Embrace of abundance. That's abundance in security, safety, love, creation, communication. Okay, when you have an abundance in communication, that's because you guys are being vulnerable and honest with each other. And you're making sure that you're communicating about everything and not leaving anything up for assumption. You can have abundance in so many different things. So when there is abundance, there's no need for feeling scared or like there's not enough time or like second guessing your choices, because everything you need is there for you. And that also opens up the space to like heal and be vulnerable and do whatever it is that you need to do moving forward. So group 2, I am sending you all the positive, healing, motivated energy. Only you know what is best for your current situation, but this dynamic is meant to elevate the both of you. No matter what direction it goes in, this dynamic will bring you both to a better point of self-realization, of better communication skills, better knowledge of what boundaries that you require and want to be respected, and all of that good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, then just give me a like, because that means a lot to me too. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group 3, this is going to be a reading on your current relationship. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull a card for you, your partner, and the energy between you guys. And then we're just going to get a little bit of a deeper look after that. So first card here is going to be representative of you, the person watching this video. Okay, here we have the Judgment card coming up in reverse. So I'm getting two things right now. Okay, major goosebumps. So I know this is legit. All of it's legit. But whenever this happens, it's like, yes, you like really need to exclamation point this message, okay? There's parts of you that you're not listening to. Your intuition, your true calling, where you're meant to be. I almost feel like there's judgment on yourself or your situation or past experiences, something like that, that makes you believe that you cannot go down your true path of alignment. It's almost like the connection between yourself and your desires is disconnected. But this is you kind of like ignoring your inner calling, ignoring the path that you're meant to be going down because of all of these internal judgments that have been placed on you. Perhaps for some of you, there are even external judgments that have made you feel like you have to be a certain way or do a certain thing. So I definitely feel like there's just some inner turmoil and maybe feelings of uncertainty when it comes to like following your path of alignment. Now this next card is going to be a card for the partner. Here we have the Queen of Cups. So this can sometimes talk about emotional instability, not being emotionally available, and also having an imbalance of like emotional responses, reactions. Perhaps they're not very in touch with their emotional side of things. Perhaps they are it's so hard to say this, but perhaps they're maybe overly emotional about some things, right? Not to ever invalidate somebody. And sometimes feeling things really big is okay. Like, not saying this is the case, but I'm just giving an example so hopefully somebody can understand me, right? Let's give autistic people, for example. Autistic people can melt down, right? That's huge emotions. Doesn't mean they're invalid. But that's just an example I'm giving, so hopefully I can be understood. I'm not trying to say that somebody having emotions is too much and a problem. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. Let's look at the energy between you both. We have the Ace of Coins. So that would be the Pentacles in this deck. Yeah, Queen of Coins, Ace of Coins. Okay, so this is like a loss of time, or maybe there's ideas being implemented, but it's not being taken action on it. Maybe that's why I'm feeling that loss of time. It's like missed opportunities. I feel like, okay, this might be a little specific, but it's what's coming to me. I feel like there's been conversations about potential struggles between the both of you, or how you would like things to be different, or maybe different lifestyle changes you can make to feel better, to feel more like you belong. But it's like, okay, maybe the talks are kind of happening, but like, what are y'all doing? That's the energy that's coming up here. And perhaps that's maybe why you're confused and questioning things. At first, I was just getting like, this was just overall yourself and life in general. Perhaps you are uncertain about this relationship dynamic as well, due to feeling this missed opportunity of being able to work through stuff. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is the card of like fulfillment, happiness, joy, and family. When this card is in the reverse, it's like you're currently in the rainstorm before the rainbow. So there's uncertainty there. There's a disconnect, a lack of harmony, a lack of, yeah, like I really feel like saying things and then like actually taking action on it. So not keeping promises, not keeping words, not respecting those wishes. And we also have Four of Wands. Yeah, there's a breakdown in communication. The Four of Wands also represents family and celebration. But with this being in the reverse, like there needs to be a whole breakdown in communication. I am kind of picking up on the sense that there's some things that you are not fully speaking out on. You allow yourself to speak on it. You are worthy of being heard. Here we have the Four of Coins in reverse. So this is like a reclaiming of your sense of security. And the upright, this is like a feeling a scarcity mindset, like there's not enough, feeling insecure. When the Four of Coins is in reverse, it's like a reclaim of that sense of security and power. I feel like you're almost stepping up into this position where, okay, I'm having a hard time finding a stable feeling where I'm at right now. Well, I'm going to embody that stability and create it for myself. I'm not sure if some of you even realize that's what you're doing at this point in time, but through this reflection of how you're feeling now and where you want things to go, I feel like if you're not already there, this is going to almost spark this fire and this drive under you to be like, no, like I don't want to feel like this anymore. I will be creating the sense of security that I am deserving of. Let's see what else is coming up. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, so this talks about expansion in the future. Being like, okay, this is something new. I'm planting my seeds. Let's see what happens. So perhaps you both are going to be starting this journey of moving in a better direction. Again, the Wands are like aligned action with your belief system or with your thoughts, what it is that you want. So those two connecting, your actions and your thoughts. This is that new beginning, essentially, of planting seeds, seeing where it goes, already being in that next chapter. So I'm really feeling like perhaps with your demand, okay, right, breaking down this communication of how you're feeling, missed opportunity, emotional instability, right? You're breaking down that conversation and you're being very direct and clear with your words. That is bringing you closer to your sense of security because you are now creating the space where you are not going to put up with any BS, okay? Not to blame you, not to blame the other person. Sometimes we just simply go through things that give us some unfortunate toxic habits, and we have to work through those and learn them because maybe our parents never taught us emotional regulation, or maybe we just had bad relationships that wired our brain in a weird way. Or sometimes people just suck and it's not any of those things. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I feel like it's like moving in a new direction, starting a new chapter, creating that sense of security. We have the Death card. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card. Let's see here. All right. Yep. I feel like it's time for you to focus on you. This is change. It's releasing the old so the new can come in. And again, I feel like you are creating this sense of security. He is on the next new chapter because he is alone. I'm saying he because that's the characters. Whatever gender your relationship dynamic is, this still applies. I just refer to the characters as their gender portrayed in the art. So, yeah. That is what I'm feeling. And in this art, okay, look at this. This is a woman. This is a woman. So this is going to be representative of the person watching this video. Men, right? This here, representative of the person watching this video. Obviously, there's a queen card over here, but like, that's okay. This is what I am looking at right now. These 4 cards. Creating your own sense of security and having a death, a rebirth. Letting that old self, that old situation leave so the more aligned path can present itself. Them already in the next chapter, kind of planting those seeds, waiting to see, okay, what's going to happen? Because now they are on their journey on their own. And I do believe that this will possibly lead to a lot of really deep self-reflection and maybe just a better understanding. Maybe this is exactly what they need. Something needs to change. And last we have Queen of Swords. And look at that butterfly. Okay? Transformation. Shifting into something new. This is who you are stepping into. Oh my goodness. Somebody who can speak clearly, stand up for themselves. Like, have you seen the recent Justin Bieber meme where he's like, it's just not clocking to you that I'm standing on business or whatever? That's this card, okay? That's the energy coming through. So, anyways, let's go ahead and do some oracle cards to see what else is coming up about this reading. I know this is a little bit of heavy information, so I really hope that I'm delivering it in a way that's okay for you. Here we have believe in the impossible. So perhaps whatever this death may be, right? Whether it's together, whether it is the separation of things, this death can be you two are still together. it's leaving that old ways behind and creating a new way together, right? Maybe with the Hermit card coming up, it's because there's some inner deep reflection between you individually that you are learning from and can grow from. And now you're both stepping into this energy. Or perhaps it is just you stepping into this energy and the partner is now alone. Those are the two options, okay? Nothing is set in stone. It really depends on your particular situation. Believe in the impossible. This is about recognizing that it is possible for you to be in a happy relationship, to be in a relationship where your boundaries will be respected, to where you will feel a sense of safety and belonging. It is possible for you. You and your loved ones are safe. This is so funny. These two cards came up for another reading. So weird. And we just had a new moon in Cancer. So you are safe. Like, if there's anything about this dynamic that's making you question yourself or feel isolated or feel unsure or insecure, like, it is okay. Please try not to allow this dictate your worthiness. Let's do some more cards. I just have to say this. I feel like for most of you, this is leaving the relationship and you're going your separate ways. For some of you, this is leaving that old behind together, okay? I'm not trying to scare anybody, not by any means. But if you've already been having that feeling of like, I think I gotta go, then you know who I'm talking to. Intention. So the way we speak and the actions we take, we need to move with intention on everything, okay? Be intentional about honoring yourself and what it is that you want for your future. Be intentional about the way that it is that you communicate. Power. Like, with intention comes power, because through that, you're giving it the proper energy to amplify it in the way that it needs to. You're giving yourself you're like reclaiming your power by being intentional about your next moves. Does that make sense? I really feel like this is a time, both of you or just you and them separately, to be stepping into a different position of power, because there's been a death and now it's time for something new. Step into your power. Are you kidding me? You're stepping into your power because you're changing things that no longer work for you. You're no longer settling for less. That's a story of the past, okay? These are manifestation cards, so let's see what you'll be bringing in. Divine co-creation. I am a powerful co-creator with the universe. This goes right along with believing in the impossible. What it is that you desire, the universe has your back. You are divinely protected and looked after, and what it is that you desire and attract to yourself, the universe is delivering, okay? So group number 3, that is your reading. I know for some of you, maybe this was like not the exact message you wanted to hear, or perhaps some of you knew exactly what this was going to be and it was just that validation that you needed. Either way, I'm sending you so much love. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments, and if you don't feel comfortable, a simple like goes a long way. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.